Hey, how's it going everyone? I hope they are all having an amazing day. Welcome back to episode 2 of my BattleClash Kingdom Realm faction series. This video is going to be covering the insane amount of base building we did, as well as diving into how my base had been exploited into not once, but twice. And the second time, I managed to catch the perpetrator in the act. It was absolutely insane, so do me a favor and hit the like button if you enjoy this video, but let's get right into all of the clips that we have. So just to set up exactly what happened when my base got exploited into, I am going to play the clip of where I had organized all of my kits and my armors into separate chests. I was just trying to keep everything in an organized fashion, but it was the missing items from these chests that tipped me off to something fishy happening inside of my base. But we will go into that later, because you will also see that I am laying down the walls that are right next to my base, but you will see a little bit later that this corner base is absolutely massive and it took forever to build. So let's just jump forward to show off just a little bit of us laying out some of the scaffolding that our base needed. My original plan was to make every wall out of obsidian, but that became way too expensive way too quickly, so I switched it up with cobblestone walls every so often. At the time of these clips, I believe we were just under 24 hours until the grace period ended, so I really needed to grind this out before then. Also, the walls that are all the way at the end of my buffer, I had ended up adding in a few sand walls to hopefully slow down any raiders' progress, but I'm pretty new to all of this factions business, so I don't exactly know what happens to bases while you cannon them. But anyways, hours and hours and hours later, we had finally finished off all of our buffers. This right here is just going to be a quick clip of me flying over the entire base. On the walls that are right directly outside of my base, I added in those filters, and I don't know if those work either, but we added them in there just to see. And this video is going to be coming out after the grace period ends on this server. So a rating is already active at the time that I upload this, but there was some sort of exploit going on that allowed some person to get into my base not once, but twice. This was insane, and the first time that it happened, I thought that maybe I had just gone crazy and misplaced these sets. But I made a ticket anyways to just let the devs know of some sort of potential exploit, and I just left it at that because I really did not lose much from the person taking the armor sets, and I was desperately running out of time to finish my base walls off before the grace period ended. So I got back to work and finished up all of the walls as you saw in a previous clip, but before I felt safe in my base again, I blocked off the floor like 6 blocks high with obsidian, and I also blocked off the top with like 6 blocks of obsidian in an attempt to stop whatever exploit had happened. In any case, after I blocked them off, I felt relatively safe, so I went ahead and placed a bunch of spawners down because my base was finally complete, so it was just going to be time to grind out some money. I still had like 12 hours left on the grace period, so I was going to just sit AFK in my base and let my mobs die and grind out as much money as I could. But I had the bright idea to leave my recorder on while I slept, just in case anything fishy happened. And boy, am I glad I did, because this story just gets even weirder. So what happened was I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and I noticed that I had died. So confused and tired, I looked around my base to see if they had exploited into it again, but at first glance, everything seemed okay. You know, my spawners were still there, and so I figured that maybe when one of the mobs spawned, they just pushed me off my platform, and I fell to my death, right? No big deal. I set my guy back up and I fell back asleep. It wasn't until I had actually woken up that I had noticed that again, the person who exploited into my base had taken my P4 set and my P5 armor set. So I'm just super weird, right, that they would take the armor sets and not the spawners, but maybe they didn't have a silk touch pickaxe. But anyways, I decided to go back to the footage and I wanted to see if I managed to catch the person in the act. And boy, did we. We even got a little bit of the live reaction to catching him in person. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and roll the clip. Yo, so I do not normally record this commentary live, but you guys are not gonna believe what happened, man. So apparently there's some sort of exploit going around that was allowing this kid to be in my base entirely. And what had happened was the other day I had all of my P4 and P5 sets set up, right? I had them set up in chests down below this. And I logged on just to find out that all of my chests got cleared, man. Like, this guy came in and took all of my stuff. And so I made a ticket with the devs. I was like, yo, some sort of exploit's going on where somebody was able to come clear my chests, or my chest got cleared or something. So anyways, fast forward to the next day, I'm sitting here and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go AFK for the night and I'm gonna leave my recorder on just in case something fishy decides to happen. And oh my gosh, we got him, you guys. We freaking got him. Let's roll the clip. So as you guys saw, this guy somehow like fly exploited into my base or something, and honestly he would have gotten away with it had he not decided to fly up and kill me. I'm not sure if on BattleClash it works the same way as it does on Psycho PvP, in the sense of he gets a little bit of my money for killing me, but in any case, this got sent over to the devs and they said they are taking care of it. So hopefully whatever exploit this guy was using gets patched out of the game ASAP. Other than that, I just want to announce the winner of the warrior rank giveaway. I'm going to go ahead and roll a clip on the screen right now of me doing that random draw, and I will be private messaging the person who won in game as soon as I can. So that'll come out in the next video. And speaking of the next video, be sure to tune in because grace period has now ended and you guys are definitely going to want to find out if we ended up getting raided or not, especially being in the corner. So other than that, I hope you all have an amazing day. I'm out.